Hey guys, it's Julie from Plan to Create, and something that I have noticed in this last month of creating my journal pages is that I really enjoy having sort of a home base. Like often I want to start with a beautiful element, but I am liking the idea of pairing it with something a little bit more solid. So let me give you a quick look here. I believe this was kind of when I first started to recognize that I liked it, is I took that stamp back here. It's actually this stamp from Carrie Bradford Studios' Keeping Record, so it's just something super simple, but it creates just a bit of a backdrop for the cute element, for the cute bunny. So what I'm finding, particularly in the Cocoa Daisy kits, is that there's no lack of like beautiful things to add to your page. This is a really good home base that they do include in the kit. It's a cute little paper pad. You have a few different designs, and I have utilized those. And I'll talk about this a little bit more and kind of try to point out some of the home bases that I used through the month of January when I do a whole flip through of my pages. I'll give you some more examples. But all that to say, I mentioned in my last video that I felt like there was a little lack of those included in the kits. There's so many beautiful things, but not a lot of things to pair them with, I guess I would say. So Doris actually commented on my video and said that she was making her own using acrylic markers. And I was like, oh, that's a great idea. I don't entirely understand what that looks like or how she's doing that, but it just all of a sudden like clicked for me, like, why don't I just make my own kind of pre-ahead? Like obviously I like the idea of stamping straight to the paper, so I will keep that in mind, but it wouldn't hurt to just have a few colorful or black and white home bases already established. So I went through and pulled out as many sets as I possibly could that include a bit of a home base, and I'm going to stamp some out here on some vinyl sticker paper. I may do a sheet of clear as well because it's kind of nice to have both options, and I have to remember that going straight to paper with that stamp is a perfect home base too. Don't underestimate the power of a basic stamp, you know, right? A basic shape that you can then build upon or add other elements to. These are the ones that I'm kind of pointing out, the ones that really caught my eye as I was just flipping through all of my stamps. Again, I can definitely take these straight to paper right in my journal, but there's also something kind of fun in this, like pairing and playing ahead. It's a little bit of a creative exercise, so you guys can go dig through your stuff, whatever you have on hand. It's like, yay, give some of these older sets an opportunity to come out and play. They're pretty versatile, and you know, when you think of it in terms of just finding a home base, there's lots of different things that can work. I probably need like 5 sheets of paper, quite frankly, and I could stamp all of those in black, and I would probably be kind of cool with that. But I'm gonna try to vary it up with different colors just to have some different options available throughout the month. I don't think that the Misty Coast would show up very well, but we'll try some. We'll just kind of see how it goes. It's gonna show up better here on the vinyl paper than it would on the clear sticker paper, so I can do some of the lighter colors here, and then that's why I kind of pulled out that shea butter. I wanted to see what that would look like on the vinyl sticker paper versus the clear. I know that it probably wouldn't show up very well on clear. I liked that this color was a little bit muted. It's not like a bright yellow, and I think that it looks pretty nice with the colors that are in the kit. I think that that's cute. These yellow elements in the kit are never one color. There's kind of a light, a dark, so you could pull anywhere from the range within that, and I kind of chose just somewhere in the middle. I could do a whole page of yellow, a whole page of red. This could go so long and so far, guys. Oh, we'll try to keep it a little bit under wraps. Hot Tub is probably one of my favorite colors. I feel like it's not a loud color. It will work with just about anything. Pretty. And that definitely shows up nice and dark on that vinyl paper. I think it will dry off a little bit softer. That's my guess. So now I'm just gonna try this one because I'm curious. See how it shows up. Let's see. I'll link the exact paper that I'm using in the description box below. Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's viable. That's definitely something I could do. And that will balance out some of the colors. Why have I not thought about this earlier? Doris, thank you so much for mentioning that. I don't know what's wrong with me. I sit and complain about not having something, but had done absolutely nothing to solve that problem. The one thing I will mention though is that the Archer and Olive labels, I don't know what this paper, what you would call it. It is thin, like it's like thin as a washi almost, but it's a nice surface. It's not slippery. So I literally love this. I wish that they would start to do whole sheets of just all the colors. Now this is a weird one, but I kind of just was curious like what it would be like to just have a simple little stripe like this. And I'm gonna just pick up something like Coral Cabana here and see. Oh, I think that's cute. You just never know where that might end up going. Like, I really like that, and I think that would just be cute nestled in that box. It would be cute nestled alongside that, you know, keeping in mind that this is clear, so that the little ledge is going to show through a tiny bit. It could work with all of these things really nicely. This is like my little mess book, like, that I kind of experiment with, but you guys can see where kind of I had an idea, so I was kind of onto this concept. I was just stamping directly to the page, but that's kind of the look I'm going for, in case you're wondering what I'm talking about. It's like, I like for the clear stickers to have the lines showing through. Sometimes I like that look of the layering. It doesn't bother me at all. So this is kind of like the idea that I'm looking for, and so I'm just gonna help myself ahead of time by having a few of these things already stamped out. And again, I can always stamp them directly straight to my journal. I will do that as well. This, the other day in the video, I was like, I have some kind of a brush stroke. Where is it? What is it? And I could not find it. I couldn't remember. It's here, and I'll do this really quickly. I think that this would be pretty in, I don't know. We're gonna just do a variety of colors here. And this is like a home base. I don't know if it's a home base. It would be a good layering piece though. Pretty. Yeah, I could do this for 5 hours with all of the stamps that I have pulled, and just kind of show an example of also, I think black, it's not a bad idea to do black and just a shape. While I have these out, I should be stamping this tag like in every single color. If I was smart, I would probably be doing that. But like, imagine, you know, this little guy here. That's cute. And this one is clear, so that line would show. I'm sure that there's others that aren't clear, or you could tuck it in if that bothered you. Doesn't have to be on the out. You could also layer this with like kind of that ink blotch, would be fun too. So if you wanted to neck it down and get a little bit more color specific. So that's kind of cute too. It just adds a little extra dimension. So when you're coming through, you just have like a little more pop of color, but it's not crazy screaming at you, right? This is a old Heidi Swapp Stamp Society, and I've just kept it. I like the shapes. Any of these would work. So yeah, I'd be curious if you guys dig through your stash and like kind of give some love to something that maybe you haven't used for a while. If you do find something and you like the little combination, please share it. I think that would be fun. You can send me a picture on Instagram, or feel free to join my Facebook group and share with everyone there. That would be amazing. Okay, that one didn't come out as great. I probably should use my padding for this. I'm gonna try it again. So this is a felt pad versus the foam, and I do feel like, I don't know the science behind it, but it does feel sometimes like these stamp out a little bit splotchy, and then I do think that they end up drying a little bit more solid, but I am happy with the way that one turned out better. I think that, again, that would be kind of nice. I should probably do that in another color because I really like that shape. This Emerald Isle is a good green. I have another Catherine Pooler green that's going to be similar to this on order. I think it arrives today. If I were patient, I would wait for that, but here we are. Yeah, that's really pretty. That's so vibrant. I mean, I'm not sure if I'll get to use that on my page or not, but it'll be fun to have in my stash even. Another thing to consider this month would be to maybe do like a monochrome page, to take, you know, as many things as you can from one color. Say you want to use this yellow camera, maybe only use yellow things on the page. That would be a fun exercise, I think. I could totally come through and do this periodically and then just ultimately build my stash, not really necessarily needing to go buy more digital elements for this. So I need to remember that. The Catherine Pooler inks are very juicy, so you do not need to pound your stamp down into it very much. It's like a light tap works, and then I've said it before, but you can always stamp off a lot of extra ink directly onto a scratch piece of paper if you're finding that you're just getting globby stuff and you're not loving that. Wow, I got anxious on that one. I got a little lazy on that. We'll do it again. There we go. My son plays for the Chicago Hounds, and their color is this green, so I've really been loving this color. Ooh, I love that when it's pulling off the page. Did you guys hear that sound? Okay, when I'm looking at these, I feel like my eye is wanting them to look like I printed them digitally, right? Like I'm in my mind going, oh, that's not fully perfect. just so that you know, just in full transparency, like some of these are weird. Honestly, it's kind of cool that that one isn't fully, it then looks homemade, right? So I think I will probably use that in my page, and I want you to remember that too. As you're stamping things out, I think there's this like thing in our heads that we want to stamp and have it look crisp, crisp, crisp. And there's nothing wrong when that does occur. I feel like this one came out super crisp, great. But there's also something about just remembering that, like, yes, it's stamped, like it's supposed to look a little bit wonky. And I've said that before, I'll just keep saying it as a reminder, obviously to myself and to you. What color do we want that one in? I'm kind of leaning towards like a hot tub. It's hard to do too much of this ahead because I have no idea what colors I'm really going to need, but maybe I'll see something here and be like, oh, I want to stamp that out in yellow. So it'll be kind of helpful to have it as a little reminder, a little prompt. Yeah, those are fun. I think I will wrap up a tiny bit here because it's just going to be like, I'm not going to do this for hours. I mean, I might do it for hours, but I'm not going to video it for hours. Oh gosh. Yeah, these are going to be fun. Very, very fun. So yes, dig some stamps out, find some home bases, stamp them out, take a picture, share it here in the comments, share it on Instagram, share it in my Facebook group. That's kind of the idea. Okay, I'm gonna just pull one of these little things to kind of show you, and I have this cute little art journal of notepad, which you can see I definitely practiced like my little stamps on. So I'm gonna pull this out. It's just a cute little piece of paper. So let's just see. Let's say we stamp this out. And by the way, when I first get these pages out of the packaging, it comes with a label, like front, side. So on the back, I always scribble so that I can remember, because it's very hard to tell which is which, like front and back side, and you would not want to do all this work on the wrong side and then be sad. Okay, so we're pretending that this is my creative journal page. So we lay down this cute little home base. I'm eyeballing this like simple little stamp. It's just like the months of the year. You just take something like that, maybe stamp that in like black, kind of. I'd like to go on and off, which is always tricky, but this paper is super thin, so yeah, the March where it's like some sticker, some not, no problem. And then we want to just add something kind of fun and creative from the kit, trying to like look and see something that I might not be otherwise inclined to use. So hold on, I'm eyeballing. So I'm not a huge fountain pen nor a watercolor or a paint kind of girl. So say you take something like this, I think that the clear elements are obviously great for loading over these. So you kind of do something like that. And then maybe you take a little paintbrush. And then that's just kind of a fun little spot. Then I just have like this little silly dot, and you could even highlight February, and I would probably do that right now with the really light gray because I'm just not wanting to add another color per se. But then you can do your journaling and maybe you add your date over here. So there's just a lot of possibilities, and nothing about the color of that label was special. It could be of any color, but I just wanted to kind of show you guys like the direction I was thinking. So just using these to then start to pair some other stuff. So I think like a home base, some type of a scripty font really works nicely, and you know, a cute little image, and you're on your way. Fun little details. And now I'm like, yeah, I could put that on my journal page. It's fine, even though I don't watercolor or paint or whatever that is. That's cute. And then even, I love that these stickers are really forgiving. I find that they like those clear stickers. Hold on. Yeah, they come up so easy, you guys. Except on this vinyl sticker paper. Okay, there's something about it. Never mind. I did that last month. Don't ever stick anything on here that you want to pull off. It is not forgiving. I have repositionable masking tape that is so not sticky and always comes off everything. It totally stuck to my sticker paper in my last video. So I was going to move this little guy like to come across down here, but it could have worked that way either way. But we're keeping it there because it will not come off the sticky paper. Dang, good to know. Because that repositionable masking tape comes off everything. So that was a shock to me. Okay, I'm getting a little bit more excited about February, you guys. I think we're gonna have a good time. All right, everybody. There's some people. It's like two camps. Like people love this kit and people are not very excited about it, which I'm sure is the case every month. And I feel like I was in the like a little bit reluctant camp, but we're swinging around, girls. We're gonna make it work. Okay. Comment below if you have anything to share or some ideas that you came up with. Otherwise, thank you, Doris, for getting us all going this month. And I think I will just keep at this a little bit. It's fun. Some of these worked out better than others, but this is kind of a fun activity. Put on a show and stamp out some home bases. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope really hope that you get a chance to do something creative today, something specific like stamping out some home bases. And let me know if you do it. All right, until next time, take care.